Whatever you think I am not that. I am solely a consciousness expressing itself through this vessel. What's good, YouTube? In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about the ego. Now, I'm just going to go off the top because you feel me? I've been really wanting to talk about the ego recently. Now, look, the ego, what is it? Why is it here? What is it? Like, you feel me? Those kind of things. So, first thing I want to talk about, what is the ego? The ego is basically this body. So, you must understand that in the higher dimension where our soul resides, right? We are always manifesting, right? We are always creating something for us. So, what we did was we started to vibrate at a certain frequency so that we could bring down or we could densify our thoughts or our actions in a higher reality. Now, thoughts and actions are different in higher realities than they are down here. So I have to let y'all know that there's a differentiation. So look, up there, when we have these ideas, whenever we have less gaseous, more gas, they're more less dense but more gaseous. You feel me? So it's more like it's not solid, but it's not like liquid. It's like right in between. So we have these thoughts and ideas, and we begin to manifest. So we begin to vibrate. Like everything is a frequency, vibration, and energy. You get to this vibration, you begin to vibrate on that resonate on whatever you resonate with. So we begin to resonate with creating this human body. So we end up creating a human body so that we can live and grow spiritually. This is the whole purpose of us being on this earth, is for us to grow spiritually. It has nothing to do with nothing else other than growing spiritually, because life is 90% mental, 10% physical, and 110% spiritual. Remember that shit. You have to remember that we came from the spirit realm before we even got here. So how the fuck are you gonna tell me that this shit's real? But anyways, so look, your ego. Once you create this body, we tend to forget about what happens in the spiritual realm. We forget about all the times where everything that the contracts that we signed before we got here, we forget about a lot of things before we get here. So we get down here and we live in this vessel, and by the age of 7, we forget about everything. You feel me? Because of the way that this world is. The world tells you that ghosts aren't real. The world tells you that you're not supposed to be like that. You feel me? So you begin to alter. You begin to change. Now, growing up, a lot of people say that they see ghosts and shit, and by the time that they like 15, it's gone. They can't see the shit no more. They can't see the spiritual realm. They have no connection with that shit no more. And that's because basically this world, they tell you they want this world to be a certain way. They tell you that this shit's not real. So your spiritualness is hidden behind this ego. So this about to get real, bro. So look, your spiritualness is hidden behind the ego. So you live in this ego growing up, and the world teaches you to be a certain type of way. So they tell you, okay, you're supposed to go to school, do this, do that. So your ego is pretty much the survival instinct of your soul, or no, the survival instinct of your body, because your soul never dies. But your body, all it wants to do, or all your ego wants to do, is survive. So whenever you are like, all right, think about it like this. Your ego wants to survive, right? So whenever you become more spiritual, whenever you have a thought that is more about meditating, this is how I am. My ego doesn't want me to meditate. And the reason why is because whenever I meditate, I lose all sense of my ego. I forget about my body. I forget about all the shit about the third dimensional reality. And your ego doesn't want that. Your ego wants to stay in a survival mode. It wants to live. It doesn't care about exceeding. It doesn't care about having abundance. All it cares about is living. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? So just think about it like this. If this dog is outside in the wild, right? You have a dog, a wild ass dog. Whenever you walk up to that dog's not gonna look at you and sniff you and try to care about who you are. That dog is either one gonna run away from you or two attack you because it doesn't know who the fuck you are. It doesn't care who you are. It wants to survive. So that dog's instinct is to survive. So he's gonna bite you or he's gonna run away from you. That's how your ego is. That's exactly what your ego is gonna do. It doesn't care about all the spiritual shit. It doesn't care about anything besides surviving in this world. This is why we have hunger. Hunger is not real, but our ego causes us to believe that it's real because our bodies think that we won't survive without eating because we have been grown up and we have been trained to eat. So our ego has become used to the act of eating, so we're going to eat. Okay? So your body becomes used to eating at certain times of day. So this secretes certain things inside of your body that causes you to be hungry, but it's not real. If you just don't eat for that 1 or 2 hours after you become hungry, you won't be hungry no more. I promise you. Bro, do that shit. I'm telling you. If you just sit there and you're hungry and you don't eat, you will not be hungry anymore. If you eat at random times of the day and you don't have a set schedule of when you eat, you will not be hungry. You feel me? That's how it is for me, at least, and a lot of people I talk to. But look, going back to the ego. In this world, I don't really want to criticize females, but this is a good example. Females in our current situation, in our society, they are the ego. Men are always fueling females' egos. They always trying to tell something good about a female. And that's all the ego wants, is to be known that it's alive and to survive. You feel me? That's what a female does. Whether she knows it or not, her feminine energy is just that. It is survival at its finest. You feel me? The feminine energy is survival. It doesn't care about going out and getting a job. It cares about surviving. So whenever we are on Instagram, whenever we are on these social media platforms, what you will see is females showing their bodies. They're showing their egos. And y'all niggas always want to talk about some, oh, you look good. And that's the exact reason why you won't get that girl, because you do the same thing everybody else does. Whenever you put a female in a situation where her ego is set aside and you tell her that, damn, your forehead look big today, you might get that girl just because you said her forehead looked good. Because she realizes that she is not this perfect, Miss Perfect, all good looking body. Even though she might be good looking, she wants to know that there's something wrong with her. And then she will come back to you always because she knows that you will tell her how it is. And you aren't like the rest of these people. I don't know. I just felt like I had to say that. Somebody watching my video right now that needed to know that. But yeah, females are their ego. Okay. So when we're down here in this body, we have to realize that our ego, like I said, doesn't care about anything spiritual. So whenever you are thinking about reading books, you feel me? Whenever you're thinking about going to meditate or something, that thought in the back of your head that says, nah, you shouldn't do that. That's your ego. It doesn't want you to do that because it's going to be gone. Whenever you meditate, the ego deceases. So I want to give y'all a few tips on how to tame your ego. Now, what I did was meditate. I'm telling you, if you meditate, bro, your ego will dissolve. You will start to realize that all this earthly shit, everything that you see with your two eyes is the same thing. Everything that you look at with your two eyes, these human eyes, not your third eye. If you look at shit with your third eye, you'll see everything the way it is. But if you look with these two eyes, you will begin to realize, well, you need to use your third eye too to realize this shit. But look, you see everything in this third dimensional reality is spiritual, but it's manifested in the physical so that we can experience it in the physical, so we can touch these shits, so we can look at these shits, so we can do this, do that. Because in the spiritual reality, yeah, we can look at shit, but it's not physical. You feel me? Everything that you think in the physical, in the spiritual reality, your thoughts or what happens. You feel me? It's like the click of an eye, snap of a finger. You can manifest shit. Like, you want a new car? Manifest it. Just think about it. It's right there. But I need to let you know, don't try to just dissolve your ego and live on top of a mountain and be a breatharian. You feel me? Some people want to do that. Like, that's fine if you want to do that. But I'm telling you, there's a difference, but there's also similarities between spiritual and physical. Like I said, the spiritual manifests the physical for us. So if we're in the physical, we need to have both physical and spiritual. You don't need to just go sit in the island or somewhere and just be there meditating all day because you think that the physical reality doesn't matter. The physical reality does matter because we are here. That's the whole point of us being here. Even though spirituality does create physical, but the physical that we live in matters because we created that by using the spiritual essence. And now we're in our physical bodies. We need to be able to ascend from our physical bodies in order to grow. We need to be in the spirit. In order to grow, we need to be in this physical body, doing things that will help our souls grow. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? You see what I hope you understand what I'm saying, because I might have confused you a little bit. But yeah, there's the big difference between your ego. And your ego is also those things that people chase for. It's like, you want to go get a watch. Richard Mille, you feel me? I'm going to get one. You feel me? I'm going to get me all these cars. I'm going to get all of these houses. I'm going to get all of this. You feel me? That's just physical reality. If you're doing that solely for your urge to have those things to look good in this physical reality, is not good. But if you understand that these physical things are here, do not attach yourself to these things. Because if you attach yourself to these things, it could hurt yourself. Because once you realize that those things are only momentarily, everything in this physical reality is momentarily. You won't have nothing in this physical reality forever. The only thing that will last forever is you. So with that being said, you need to know that everything in this physical reality is only here to fuel your ego, unless you use it in a spiritual way to help other people, or whatever your soul, not your ego, what your soul urge is for is what you need to be doing. Follow the path of, okay, if you are somebody who can talk to people, go try to help people. If you're somebody who has these certain sets of skills, you were born with these skills, you just always like this certain thing, or you always are drawn to do this, do that, because that's what your soul wants you to do. If you were a kid and you wanted to be a businessman or a business lady, you feel me, and you are very good with communicating with people, communicate with people and find a way to help people, because society needs help. We need helpers right now, bro. There's not a lot of people out here who are actually knowing shit about spiritual life, who are actually knowing shit about real life. They only know about fucking third dimensional, how I can make, or how I can do this, how I can do that. You feel me? That doesn't matter. Nothing in this fucking reality matters, bro. Everything that we are here for right now is to help ourselves grow individually. So with that being said, focus on yourself. Figure out who you are, not your soul. I mean, not your ego, but your soul. Figure out who you are as your soul. Meditate. That's how you find yourself. Do things that you enjoy. That's how you find yourself. Yourself, not your ego. You and your ego are two different things. Like I said in the beginning of the video, whatever you think I am not that. I'm solely a consciousness expressing itself through this vessel, because I am the consciousness. I am the soul. I am the spiritualness behind the physical. I'm not the physical, all right? You aren't either. You are magnificent. You are everything in this universe, but nothing at the same time. You are everything in this physical reality, but nothing at the same time. You are everything in this physical reality, but nothing at the same time. Understand what I'm saying. With that being said, I'm out.